Is there any difference between how you'd interview someone who has been psychologically injured versus someone who's been physically injured?
Absolutely. I mean, I've done a lot of research and taken training in trauma informed, right? And I actually teach it on my investigation courses, trauma informed interviewing. And the research out there with respect to harassment and bullying in the workplace identifies the trauma experienced in a psychological injury type of case is as serious as trauma that might be experienced from a physical assault or a sexual assault. And so it's really, really important for an investigator to be trauma informed, because what is generally going to happen is you're going to have a lot of emotion. Your interviewee might be seemingly a little bit scattered in terms of their recollection, and that's normal in trauma informed. So you're going to see fight, flight, and freeze right in your investigation and your interview. And you might see all three of those, right? The responses to trauma, you might see all three of those within 1 minute, right? You might get anger, right? You might get fear and I want out of here. You might just get freezing where they don't answer a question. That's all an indicator of trauma. And having, sat with many, many people over the years who've experienced this type of behavior, it is very real. It's not faked. And I challenge investigators that say, well, they poured on the tears and they, that type of thing. So do you really think they're that good an actor?
Mm.
Or do you think that they've been really emotionally traumatized? And so, yeah, good point. Yeah. So
Yeah.
definitely, I would say that any investigator involved in investigating these types of hazards need to have some form of trauma-informed training.